So, if you make websites for a living, you probably had the same thought I had, that all this AI stuff is coming for your work, that the thing you got good at over the years is about to be worth a lot less. And honestly, half of that is probably true. The part of the job that was just building out the pages, moving things around for hours, yeah, that part is likely going away. But there's another half nobody really talks about, and that half is about to be worth more and not less. I'm Rafael, I'm a Framer expert and built close to 100 client sites by now, so I wanted to actually test that on something real. This year is a real architecture firm in Vienna. They make beautiful buildings, around 80 projects, doing this since the 90s. And the website is from a few years back. It has some charm to it, I'll give it that, but it really doesn't show the work the way it should. A full rebuild like this for a firm like them, that's normally a $10,000 project. So instead of building it from scratch myself, I had Framer's AI agent help. And by the way, if you stick around, I'll give you the exact prompts I used to make the agent do most of this, for free at the end. By the way, quick thing before we start, this video is sponsored by Framer, which I'm actually happy about because I moved my own client work over to Framer after building for years in Webflow. So let's get started with the actual build. So one thing you should know, nobody hired me for this. I picked them because the work is genuinely great and the site just doesn't show it, which means everything you're about to see, I treated it like a real client project. First thing, before I touch any tool, I set the direction myself because this is the part the AI can do for you. I pulled together a mood board, calm, editorial, almost no color because the photography is doing all the work here and the site just needs to get out of the way basically. And I gathered all the real material, the project photos, the logo, everything. Then for the content, I did something that saved me literally hours. I had Claude go through the entire old site and extract every text, every project name, every description into multiple documents. So the agent later has real content to work with and not just lorem ipsum text. For the structure, I went way simpler than the old site, 5 pages. Home, projects, 1 project template, studio, services, plus contact and the legal stuff. The old site spreads over way more pages than that, and honestly, a firm this good doesn't need a maze, it needs the work to breathe, so everything's got compressed. And then empty project. Always a bit of a moment, right? 80 projects, 25 years of work, and 1 blank canvas. Oh, and one detail I have to show you. The logo has this little bear in it, and it's honestly kind of a cute guy, so there was no way I'm killing that bear. I just optimized him for the web. Cleaner paths, works at small sizes, but still him. And honestly, that's the whole point of this rebuild, because I don't want to erase what makes them them, but I want to present them just better. Then I built the hero, and this sets the tone for the whole site. Big type, full bleed video, almost nothing else, and for the background I generated a video in Higgsfield from their existing photos, so it's their actual architecture just moving, subtle. It makes the whole thing more alive without shouting. Okay, and now the part where the agent completely earns its place. 80 projects, everyone needs a title, location, category, description, images. By hand, that's probably a full day of copy and pasting, and it's exactly the kind of work I used to build clients for. So I set up the collection, gave the agent the content Claude extracted earlier, and just let it run. It populated everything, sorted it into the right categories, wrote clean descriptions from the real material. I checked it, fixed a few things it guessed wrong, but this is a day of work in a couple of minutes. Okay, quick real thing nobody mentions in these AI build videos, and it'll save you money. So when you run the agent natively inside Framer, it's fast, but everything it does costs credits, of course. You can actually point something like Claude or Cursor at the Framer site and get basically the same result for much less. It's a bit less convenient, you lose some of the smoothness inside the app, but for heavy work like this, the saving is real. Anyway, back to it. With the CMS standing, I had the agent build out the rest of the homepage. The project grid, the intro sections, and because the direction was already set, it stays consistent. It's not inventing a new style, it's just applying my own. Then the project side. 1 page design and the CMS fills it 80 times. The agent wired the fields in, title, location, gallery, all of it. This is honestly where Framer just makes sense for client work. For the animations, I kept it restrained, some subtle scroll effects, image reveals. I told the agent what I wanted and it applied it across the pages. A site like this shouldn't dance around, it should feel calm and expensive. And then the rest went fast. Studio page with their philosophy and the team, services as 1 clean page instead of 6, even the legal pages, which if you build for Austrian or German sites, you know they're mandatory and nobody enjoys them, so the agent did those in minutes. A few things the agent got almost right, where almost isn't good enough for client work, this back and forth at the end, that's the tandem thing. So I still have to make the calls, but it's really enjoyable to use, to be honest. Their work finally presented the way it deserves. 25 years of architecture, 80 projects, and it finally looks like it. So about the prompts, like I said at the start, I'll give you the exact ones I used to get the agent to do most of this build. They're in a free pack on my site, framer.cash, and these aren't generic build me a website prompts, they're the real ones for setting up the CMS the way you just saw, so just take them, it'll save you all of that, and here's why this whole thing matters beyond the free stuff. Look at what actually happened. The agent took the boring half, the CMS, the subpages, the repeating work, and did it in a fraction of the time. And for me, the way I think about it now is pretty simple. The hours just got cheap, so you stop selling hours. What stays valuable is the judgment, the taste, and obviously the direction. Same $10,000 project in way less time. You do more of them or you charge for the outcome and stop counting hours at all. And actually here's what I'm gonna do with it, and you can copy this exact move as well. This firm never asked me for any of this, right? But I'm going to send it to them anyway. Finished rebuild of their site, just here, this is what your site could look like. That's about the best client pitch there is. You're not asking them for work, you're showing them the work. And I have no idea if they'll say yes or if there is even a reply, it could go nowhere. But I'm going to try it on camera and show you what happens, the email, the reply, all of it in the next video. And if you want to speed up your workflow with Framer today, I'll put a link in the description. See you in the next one.